I'm Daniel Alcocer. I'm the co-founder of Magnificent World of Toys, and I help around by being a assistant. I help with all aspects of production in terms of the channel. What I enjoy most about being a part of the channel is being able to meet new people, learn about their interests, share some connections with them, and also learn about new different forms of media, movies, toy lines, shows, and also hear about any cool figures that I may have interest in. I'm a collector. I mainly started with Lego. I collected mainly Ninjago. I don't really get Lego as much as I do nowadays, but I get some occasionally. But I mainly focus on Skylanders and Transformers. My current hyperfixation is Transformers. Transformers itself has always been just in the background of my life. I was born on 2006, a year before 2007, when the first ever live-action Michael Bay Transformers movie came out. Plus, as a kid in the 2010s, Cartoon Network had shows like Transformers Animated, Transformers Prime, and all that. And it's been something that's come in and out of my life. I remember getting into it again after, I'd say, 10 years almost, because my father started collecting some because of Power of the Primes and the Cybertron trilogy, I think it is. And then the reason I got into it now is just because it's something to collect, because Skylanders have just gone dry for me. And it's something that keeps pumping out pretty cool looking characters. I mainly find interest in the fact that Transformers aren't just a figure that you pose around. It's something that can turn into something else, and through that it becomes something entirely different that can be used in different ways. Primarily the Transformers I'm collecting right now, it's from the Legacy collection, this new wave of Transformers called Legacy Evolution, as well as the recent War for Cybertron trilogy, which is based off of a trilogy series on Netflix. And if I can, I'll try and collect some animated figures too from the Transformers animated series, as well as maybe some Beast Wars, and also some from the mid-2010s like Cybertron, Energon, and I think Armada. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about my top 5 favorite Transformers figures I currently have in my collection. For number 1, my first favorite is Legacy Evolution Galvatron. It's for a multitude of reasons, mainly just because one of the first few Transformers I had in my collection, I remember buying this in a specific time where I was kind of in a gloomy state, and it helped me just feel a whole lot better. And when I did buy him, I didn't really know the importance he had to the series. I just thought of him as a cool looking figure with a bunch of accessories. But searching him up on Google, on YouTube, I found out that in G1, he's the evolution of Megatron. He's what Megatron becomes after his body is damaged. Unicron finds him and upgrades him. And he also holds the Matrix of Leadership, which belongs to Optimus Prime, but he stole it from him during the first G1 movie. Some other things I do like about him, I'd say his articulation is fairly good. I also do like his cannon alt mode. At first I didn't really know that it was a cannon. I thought it was like some sort of tank because of the treads. And I kind of just like him by himself in his normal form, but when you add the extra accessories to his alt mode, it makes it look a whole lot cooler. Number 2, my second favorite one is Transformers Animated Lugnut. This one isn't really like the traditional Transformer. It's really stylized, but that's something I really like about animated. Even though the style itself was super stylized compared to what we've seen before, the toys always managed to get the style right. And aside from a few thin proportions, Lugnut himself is a very bulky character, and I feel this figure encapsulates that very well. And as for when he transforms, he becomes this bomb carrier ship, and when he's in his ship mode, You can barely even tell that he's a transformer. It's just that good how well he's able to form into his alt mode without having any parts peeking out that you could see that would easily give up the illusion. Number 3, this is the Amazon exclusive refractor. And this is one that just comes with a bunch of extra accessories, whereas the Siege one, it just came with the base robots, the tripod, and the lens piece. It doesn't come with this part or these little extra attachments that this one has. And what I like about it is just the cohesion, the fact that it looks so much like a camera, despite from the mismatching colors. And as I said before, it's a team of 3 robots that form together to make a single camera, and I find that really cool. Combiners are always a fun idea when it comes to Transformers. As for number 4, it's Legacy Evolution Metroplex. Now, I've never had a Titan class figure until this one, and this one is just a magnificent piece to me. It's so commanding, it's so big. It's the point where I don't have any space for it. I just sit down in my chair. And what I really like about it is just the amount of posability that comes with such a big figure. Normally most of these, they're very chunky, but they're also very limited in a lot of places because they have to transform, whereas him, he's almost taller than most of them that I've seen, and he also has a lot more articulation when it comes to that. The only thing I don't really like about him when it comes to posing is just because the ratchets are super tough. They make a loud clicking noise, which occasionally has me fearing that it's gonna snap or something. What makes the Metroplex special for me in particular, retail it comes out about $120 to $200. Recently I went to San Diego Comic-Con 2024 with my father, and I found a booth that was selling boxes of Metroplexes for $80, and I was able to get this one, which was just made the whole trip for me. And here I have him. Before we get to number 5, I'd like to mention some pretty honorable mentions that I've had fun with in my collection. First on the list is Legacy Evolution Blitzwing. Now, with Blitzwing, almost no one has any kind words for him from what I've heard. There's only a few people that really enjoy him, and I'm probably one of those people. One of the main reasons mainly just comes from the kibble, the backpack, which is something that a lot of don't like when a figure has a big back piece that gets in the way of everyone else. But that doesn't really bother me. I don't really see anything bad with this figure, especially since from what my price range is, it's the best G1 representation I have for him. And I honestly find the fact that he's a triple changer, which means he has 3 alt modes. He has the robot mode, a tank mode, and a jet mode. And I honestly really like that. I always find myself picking him up, posing him around, and then always switching in between tank, jet, and robot. And that's something that, in the fundamentals of a transformer, a good transformer has to be good when you transform it, and good in both alt mode and robot mode. And for me, Blitzwing is all of those combined. As for my second honorable mention, Studio Series 86 Dinobot Snarl. Now, Snarl is a very strange Dinobot. No one ever really focuses on him. They focus on Sludge, Slag, and Grimlock. He's always just in the background. The only other Dinobot I have is Sludge, and Grimlock, even though everyone has amazing words for him, he's one of the rarest Studio Series 86 figures at the current moment. And from what I have available, this is very good. It's very good when it comes to posing. Transformation is a bit iffy, mainly just because there's some spots that I have trouble with, but it's always manageable. And in Dinobot mode, I think he looks very well. And another thing I really do like about him is just the size. He just feels like he's worth the $50 you're paying for him. And honestly, that's another thing that you need to look out for a Transformer. If it feels like it's worth the money and you have fun with it, it's a good Transformer, and this is a good Transformer in my opinion. My last honorable mention goes to Legacy Evolution Velocitron Speedia Scourge. This is a leader class figure. Leader class is second most expensive to Commander class. After Commander class, there's Titan class. And everyone calls him just a Voyager with an extra accessory, which is the tank that adds the extra $20 to the Voyager price tag. But even though this is a repaint of the G2 Laser Optimus Prime, I really enjoy the colors, the neon, the translucent pink combined with the black and the silver. It gives a very good Nemesis Prime vibe to it, but this is supposed to be Scourge from either Armada or Cybertron, and I'm a fan of those shows. I've had this in my wish list of Transformers I've been looking for since 2022. Same thing with Metroplex, but I got him almost a year ago, and that made me really happy finally being able to get him. And honestly, I don't have any gripes with him. He's very posable, very articulate. He's very cinematic in the way he poses. He's able to pull off a lot of cool looks, and just the overall idea of a evil Optimus Prime is so cool to me. For number 5, my last favorite Transformer is Legacy Evolution Dragon Megatron. Everyone in the community almost collectively agrees this is one of the best Transformers that Hasbro has released in years. Just the amount of posability, the detail, everything, the paint, the extra features, combined with the stature. Once you transform him, he's not really that big in robot mode, but in his dragon form, it almost doubles in size, and that's honestly something really cool whenever a Transformer manages to do something like that. And as for him, it was a birthday gift for my 17th birthday, and he just had a special place in my heart just because I've always wanted to get Beast Wars. I've always wanted to get collecting into Beast Wars, but most of the figures never really did it for me. As for this one just hits all the right spots, and I really enjoy having something like this in my collection compared to the rest of the figures that I've gotten that are from Beast Wars. So I'm glad you were all able to stick around and listen to what I had to say about what I consider to be my favorite Transformers in my collection currently. Thank you all for listening. If you would like, I have an Instagram account, art_of_the_dead, all lowercase. That's where I post my art. I mainly do character drawings of original ideas I have, occasionally some fan art of stuff I like, and drawing some stuff my friends do. And make sure to like and subscribe to the Magnificent World of Toys. Share. It's a world and it needs to grow, and you guys can help with making it grow by sharing it around to anyone who may be interested. Thank you all.